droid, and I'll come in.
Okay, you kind of move in. You see kind of in the corner that hovering surveillance droid just kind of loping in the distance. Your magnified senses didn't pick it up because it was not in your field of vision when you were looking through the crack, but it appears to just be kind of sitting there. Not sitting there, but floating on its repulsors about a meter above the ground. As it kind of is looking directly towards you, it's about a circular, almost about the size of a basketball, with a large central ocular that is looking in your direction. There is a small group of antennae that kind of sprout up, almost like long hairs on the back of the droid's head, with a small little red light kind of flashing next to the ocular as it just kind of sits there watching you.
I will walk gingerly across the floor, trying to avoid anything piercing my foot or my foot falling through the floor.
Okay. Toward
the droid.
All right.
And I'll just kind of, when I'm about halfway there, hey.
Kind of, it'll move a little bit to the left, it'll move a little bit to the right, and slowly start to come towards you. As you can see, even in the darkness, because of the glow rod, a almost comical reflection of yourself in its large ocular, as you kind of, almost like one of those funhouse mirrors, as it kind of comes towards you.
Why are you here?
It appears to be making some kind of droid binary sound, but you're not exactly sure what it's saying. It's some kind of transmission, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
I'm going to pull out my handy-dandy data pad.
Okay.
See if I can utilize the data pad to communicate with the droid. Well, have the droid communicate with me. More specifically.
Okay.
Sort of like what we do with Ari. And I know that with Ari, he's actually plugged into the ship for the interface.
Right.
But
you would have to probably use an access cord and plug it into the observation droid.
Do I have a cord?
Remy probably has one in his Go jacket. Go jacket basically meaning his tactical vest where he has what he would need for some mission profile. He might have some kind of cord that you can probably access. I mean, he does have a data pad with him, so...
Do you...
But you are a computer person. I would say you have some kind of cord yourself.
Right. So as he approaches...
We play equipment in my game a little bit more loose than... Especially since they're members of the New Republic. They're not trying to scrape for every credit they have. So if it seems reasonable that a character might have an item or something, I just let them have it.
As the droid approaches, I'm going to... What, about this big?
Yeah, it's about the size of a basketball.
I'm going to attempt to grab him.
Okay, go ahead and make me a brawling check.
Ooh. I actually
It's going to try to dodge you as well. So it's going to roll a massive 2D.
That's great, because we're evenly matched.
All right.
I have 2D plus 1.
Oh, you're way better than the droid.
Oh, way better. I rolled 8.
All right, you rolled 1 better than the droid with your 2D plus 1.
Yes.
All right, so you lurch forward and totally take this droid by surprise and grab it out of the air as it tries to fight you a little bit with its repulsors, but its repulsors aren't really strong enough to overcome your strength, and you just kind of hold it in front of you.
I will use Can I hold it restrained with one arm while I like under my arm like I'm carrying a basketball?
Sure.
Or like I'm going to give it a noogie. I don't know.
Sure, and try to... You, at this point, you have control of it. Mm-hmm. You take out your cord, plug it into the droid, plug it into your... As it's kind of, around your arm, plug it into your data pad, fire up the data pad, and just kind of start to go over some preliminary programs as you see binary start to kind of move across the screen. But I'm going to actually have you roll. Go ahead and roll. Do you have computer programming repair? Or anything with droids?
I have droid programming and I have computer programming.
Okay, go ahead and just make me a droid programming roll.
2, 4. I have 5D in that.
Just to see how well you are able to understand what the droid is saying.
Ooh. 6, 12, 13, 18, 23.
All right, 23. Very, very good. You are able to see the binary code of the droid splayed across the data pad. You are having a little bit of trouble because you notice that the droid's personality is non-existent. It's a very rudimentary droid. It's not like Ari or the famous R2-D2 or C-3PO. It does not really have a personality of its own. Its personality is basically its base programming, which is watch. I am to watch is basically what you're picking up. However, it is relaying what it sees to something else. You do know that as the information scrolls across your data pad, it is a transmission as opposed to simple language.
As I have droid programming, can I make him stop his transmission?
You can try to make a roll, yeah. It will be an opposed roll, however, against the individual that programmed it.
That's fine. I would expect nothing less. I am rolling 5D again.
All right.
It is not as good, I don't think. 10, 15, 18, 19. I'm going to spend 2 character points. That would be 2 die, right?
Yes.
Okay. To add to that. Okay. I'm just not rolling so many dice, and they're just all low numbers. So I have 22 on a total of 7 dice.
Well, you did very, very well. However, the expert skill of this droid programmer only beat you by a couple pips. So you're working at it, and it's just every time you try to, you think you have it solved, you think that you've ended the transmission, the droid, for lack of a better phrase, goes past the firewall and continues the transmission. And as you're working on this, and you're almost like, I kind of envision Morrigan almost sticking her tongue out as she's really like working on this droid. She is with her danger sense down and her focus so much on this surveillance droid, she almost is kind of shocked out of what she's doing as Remy says, "We have company." And he kind of starts to pull Morrigan towards like the wall. As Morrigan starts to feel the world around her again, you can hear the tall tale signs of a heavy repulsor vehicle coming closer to the hangar. And it is definitely a strange sound because of the dead space around the megastructure. This is definitely something large, coming towards hangar 1138.
Well, shoot. I will...
Remy kind of moves and makes sure that he kind of double checks the blaster, thinking that combat is imminent, and he kind of moves both of you around some kind of disrupted crates, but enough to kind of give a little bit of cover as he kind of moves and kind of tries to hide a little bit. Once again, however, kind of taking a cue from you.
I will allow him to move me over, and I will take my lightsaber into my hand. I won't ignite it yet.
Okay.
And I will prepare and observe as much as possible. I will use magnify senses one more time in the direction of the noise, see if I can pick anything up by using my hearing.
Okay.
See if I can pick up basically anything that can kind of warn me as to who this might be. Might they be passing by? Are they coming right here?
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll. Make a sense roll for me, please.
That is 3D plus 1.
Remy will try to hide. He is going to use his 4D plus 1 hide skill to kind of hunker down behind the barrels or the crates. I will say he is going to get, because of the poor light, he is going to get a plus 2D to hide as he kind of snuffs out the glow rod.
I'm going to spend 1 character point to up my roll here.
Okay.
So I have 10, 17, 18.
18?
I rolled 6 on that character die.
All right, 18. Can you let me borrow your pencil, please? So I can write down Remy's roll here for his hide check. He rolled 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to hide. All right, so he kind of hunkers down, turns the light off as he rolled actually not that great on as many dice, but however he does kind of hunker down. As you see, as you magnify your senses, you pick up once again the sounds of the repulsor. It appears to be a heavy repulsor, so you're assuming some kind of transport, some kind of truck of some sort. It does appear it's not waning back and forth. It does appear to steadily be getting stronger, so you do know that the repulsor vehicle is coming towards the hangar. It is not wavering in any way. The hangar is its destination.
All right. Then I will eyeball the outer entrance.
Okay.
And hide.
Okay. You do know that there is a large hangar door that appears to be down at this point. However, if the vehicle did want to come into the hangar, it could just come in through the large opening in the ceiling. If you are trying to hide, go ahead and make me a hide check. If you do not have hide, it is a perception skill.
I do have hide. I have 3D plus 2 in hide. 9.
9. Okay. All right. So she hunkers down on the other side of some crates by Remy as Ellen is making an odd face.
It's
and looking at her dice.
It's 8. Sorry, not 9. It's 8.
Okay, that's fine. It's only a difference of 1. As the repulsor vehicle starts to come into view, you see that it is some kind of truck, van-like. It is black, appears to be kind of painted, spray painted that way. You see that it's kind of made to be as stealthy as possible. However, it's almost kind of odd that it's made to be that way because the repulsors have seen better days. It is a loud vehicle. As it comes in, you feel that the whole area is kind of being buffeted by the force of the repulsors as it kind of moves in, kind of hovers above the hangar and starts to slowly come down. You see that its lights kind of spin as it kind of goes over the whole of the hangar as it just kind of lands, and it sits very close to the hangar's door. However, the hangar door is closed as it's almost to the other side of the hangar from where you and Remy are hiding. As it lands and the repulsor kind of slams a little bit hard down on the metal ground, and a back hatch kind of opens up, and you see fluttering out of it. Actually, you hear the fluttering of wings. However, you are hiding at this point, so you're not really getting a good vantage point. You hear kind of the fluttering of wings, and you hear someone say,
"We know there's somebody here. Go ahead. Fan out. See if you can find anything."
As you hear some footsteps kind of moving into the hangar. Their boots kind of clanking against the metal, echoing through the hangar.
I will magnify senses for hearing to count how many.
Okay, go ahead and make me another sense roll with the force.
15.
All right, 15. Morrigan uses the force to magnify her sense. She counts the steps as they echo through her hearing, but she is able through the force to count exactly how many. You hear the fluttering of 2 wings and the footsteps of 4 boots. So 1 flying creature of some sort and 2 booted individuals moving through the hangar. Slowly, investigatively.
I will get Remy's attention. And I will make the gesture to stay calm, breathe, because I'm going to use telepathy.
Okay.
Projective telepathy, which is a control and sense on page 148.
Okay.
I can sense 2 individuals on the ground and 1 flying.
Okay, you're going to try to project that to him? Mm-hmm. Okay. Make a control roll to control yourself. However, this is kind of the first time in a while through Morrigan's own volition that she's been in some kind of situation like that. So it's a very easy difficulty. I'll say it's a difficulty of 1. However, I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1 die. So the net die was a 6. So your difficulty is 7 to control yourself.
Well, I have 10, 9.
Nine. Okay.
However, I rolled a 1 on the wild.
Okay. So I'm going to say there's some kind of complication. So the complication is that you were not able to project the thoughts that you wish to project. You kind of projected your fear as well as you projected your thoughts to Remy. So for his next action to kind of overcome that fear, he's going to have a negative 1d to his action. As you project your thoughts, but you mostly just project that fear that you're feeling.
Do I also have my sense roll? It's a combo of sense and control.
It is, but you didn't make the first roll. Well, you did make the first roll,
I
even
just
with
rolled
the
the
1.
1.
You're right. I'm actually going to give that to you. So go ahead now as you are projecting. You're trying to control yourself, but this fear is kind of welling up in you. So go ahead and make your sense roll.
So that's 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. All right. So you are able to, let me see, easy if the target is friendly and doesn't resist. Okay. So you are able to project what you wanted to project. However, once again, because you had an increased amount of fear, you also projected that through the telepathy. So he gets what you wished him to know. So he does know about the number of assailants. However, once again, he kind of has to overcome that fear. So his next roll is going to be a negative 1d. All right. So you can hear the fluttering of the wings get a little bit closer. You hear from the one that had talked before, "We know you're in here. You might as well come out. It'll be a lot worse for you if you don't."
All right. Yikes. I'm going to look at Remy and just kind of nod.
Okay.
And then look up and hope that he gets my meaning, because I don't want to have to roll another force power before I ignite my lightsaber.
Okay.
Basically, what I want is to project to him that the winged creature is closer than the other two.
Okay.
And I will look directly at him and see what
Make me a languages check. You're married to a member of the Special Forces. You have been in rebel cells before. Maybe you've picked up a few little symbols and hand gestures.
5, 6, 7. 7.
7? I'm going to say that that's not very hard to kind of what you wanted to tell him, that basically there's a flying creature that's closer. So you kind of whirl your finger around, kind of point up, maybe do a flapping gesture with your hand. He gets the point.
Okay. And then I'll just and I'm going to gesture to my own weapon.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just count down. 3, 2.
As you start to count down, you hear the man say, "We know you tried to contact the Sullustan. Like I said." And you hear kind of a blaster carbine start to wind up as a "Come out, or it's your head," as he's kind of walking.
Man.
You hear that he's not really that far away, though. You do know that the one with the wings appears to be fluttering closer, but he's probably quite a distance away in the hangar, just kind of looking around.
All right, so I just kind of count down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1 with my hands.
Okay.
And I will then ignite my lightsaber and go toward the winged thing.
Okay. So I'm going to give you, they believe that somebody's here, but they don't know exactly where you're at. So I'm going to give you and Felix Remy a surprise round. So we will not roll perception yet. However, your surprise round is going to be activating your lightsaber. His surprise round is going to be popping up and trying to fire at somebody. Because he's assuming that's what you want him to do. However, he is at that negative 1D. Mm-hmm. So to do both of your lightsaber activation rolls in one round, you're going to do it at a negative 1D.
Okay. Both?
To both, yes. Okay. So, once again, you got to push that fear away. So go ahead and roll a moderate control difficulty.
I will, before you tell me the difficulty.
Okay.
I know I've been going through them tonight, but I will spend 1 on the control.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to save that for the sense.
I will let you know that the sense is actually an easier difficulty.
Okay, then okay. Never mind. I will spend it on this one.
Morrigan knows enough she's trained enough with her lightsaber to know it's harder to control her emotions and to balance it with the lightsaber as it is to reach out her senses for combat.
8, 10, 12, 13, but yet again, the 1.
All right. I will say that, well, okay, so you succeeded in the difficulty because I'm not going to take that out. I am going to give you a complication. However, so you succeeded in controlling your body. You have used it to extend out into your lightsaber. Go ahead and make a sense roll.
I'm rolling 2D plus 1.
Okay.
Because of my being down. 5.
5? Okay. Morrigan she was not able to control herself enough in this combat to activate lightsaber combat. She has her lightsaber out. It is activated. You can hear the hum and the glow of the blade. However, she's just a little worried, just a little scared at this point. She wasn't able to focus enough. So she's only going to be able to use her lightsaber combat skill, her lightsaber skill, to attack and defend herself. So she might want to just be defending herself at this point, because remember, as Morrigan knows, if she does not hit the difficulty by more than a certain amount, she might hurt herself. So just so that Morrigan kind of thinks about that as she's going. For the complication, however, when she activated her lightsaber, she extended herself out a little too much. So she is out in the open as rounds will start.
Okay.
And Remy is going to jump up. He is going to take a shot. He has a blaster skill of 5D plus 1. He is down by 1 because he is trying to make that emotion, that fear, kind of push it away from himself. So he is able to, with an amazing roll of 20, he hits the winged creature. He pops up. He sees that there's a Toydorian kind of fluttering there, if anyone remembers Watto from the Phantom Menace, you see a kind of a younger, more husky version of Watto kind of moving around with a blaster. Remy pops up, takes a shot, hits the Tidorian, and he is going to roll his 5d damage. That is too many dice. I apologize. Nope, that's the right number of dice. Okay, so he gets an amazing roll. The Tidorian is going to... Toydarian, is going to roll his strength. And Remy pops up, takes a shot, pushing the fear away from himself, hits the Toydarian square in the chest. He kind of flutters, screams out, does kind of a Wilhelm scream, and kind of falls onto some crates. As we will now roll initiative.